Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon if you like our content.
Welcome to our channel. In this, we explore some of the most gruesome and shocking punishments from history. Today, we're taking a look at the worst punishments ever inflicted on humans. From crucifixion, the brazen bull, and impalement to torture methods that will make your skin crawl, we're going to take a deep dive into the darkest moments of our past. So grab a cup of tea and get ready to learn about the brutal punishments that have shaped our world. Let's get started. Number 5 on the list of the worst punishments in history is impalement. This gruesome practice was employed for hundreds of years throughout parts of Africa, Asia, and Europe as a form of execution or torture. It involves the penetrating and then suspending a person on a sharpened stake with their arms tied to their sides. The victim could remain alive on the stake for hours or even days before finally succumbing to death due to shock, trauma, exhaustion, or loss of blood. Impalement was seen as an effective punishment by many cultures, as it inflicted not only physical but also psychological suffering upon its victims and served as a warning to those who might challenge authority. Number 4 is the breaking wheel. Throughout history, humans have been creative in their methods of punishing those who have broken laws. Whether it be time in jail or a fine, no punishment can compare to some of the more gruesome forms of torture that have been used over the centuries. One of these punishments is known as the breaking wheel and has been used for hundreds of years by many different countries and cultures as a form of capital punishment. The process would involve tying an individual to a large wooden wheel and then using clubs, hammers, iron bars, or other blunt objects to break their bones one by one until they eventually died. This cruel form of execution was often done publicly so spectators could witness the slow death inflicted on criminals accused of serious offenses such as treason or murder. Another brutal punishment was the flaying or skinning. Flaying, also known as skinning, is the act of removing the skin from a person's body. This brutal practice has been used throughout history as a means of torture and punishment, often inflicted upon prisoners of war or other captives. Flaying is often associated with the mythological punishment of skinning. The Greek myth of Lycaon, who served human flesh to Zeus, tells that Zeus had Lycaon flayed alive and made into a cloak. Number 2 brutal punishment was the brazen bull, or the bronze bull, is one of the most brutal methods of torture and execution in history. This ancient Greek torture device was invented by Perillos of Athens in the 6th century BC. It was designed to be a chamber made entirely out of bronze. The victim would be placed inside the chamber, and then a fire would be lit underneath it, eventually cooking them alive inside it until they died a slow and agonizing death. This barbaric punishment was first used by Phalaris, the tyrant ruler of Acragas in Sicily. He had it built specifically for his victims, often using it on slaves who had displeased him or citizens who spoke out against him publicly. Other reports suggest that more than 500 people were brutally executed this way during his reign alone. Top of the list is crucifixion was a form of punishment used by the Romans, and it involved tying or nailing a person to a cross or stake. It was often used for criminals or political dissidents and was considered a brutal and public form of execution. But despite its barbaric nature, crucifixion was not just a Roman practice. It was also used by other ancient civilizations, including the Persians, the Carthaginians, and the Greeks. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe